staying with the wildlife and some of these late-term things that happened at the end of Trump's first term in office there, there was just an incredible barrage of rule changes, delistings, actual undercuttings of the Endangered Species Act itself. And I want to ask you about pond fin. There's some legislation that I believe was introduced by Raul Grijalva. And you know, that was intended at the time to kind of offset some of these attacks that were going on. Is that something you support, pond fin? Is that a way that, you know, potentially some of that damage could be rectified? Would the whole thing have to be rewritten now after all of these assaults that we saw at the end of the Trump administration? Or kind of what's your thoughts on how to undo some of those? I mean, you know, gray wolves and wolverines and, you know, monarch butterflies not making it, and several cuts on the Endangered Species Act itself. And I mean, what's the way to address all of that?
Well, I'm supportive of that kind of legislative fix. I'm also delighted that we've got entirely new people in charge of the Department of Interior and the Fish and Wildlife Service and the National Marine Fisheries Service, all the agencies that are responsible for overseeing and implementing the Endangered Species Act. And we've got active efforts already underway to undo a lot of the executive actions and rulemaking that did so much damage under the Trump administration. So I will certainly associate myself with any legislation we need to pass to undo that damage, but I'm also going to support efforts that are moving pretty quickly right now to get us back in the right place.
And so you think it will be more of a piecemeal effort, kind of attacking each issue one at a time, or could there be a big global overarching type of legislation like pond fin that would?
I think it's likely to be a patchwork of things. And it's going to depend on the individual rollback. Some of these things can be undone very quickly, and some already have. Others are going to take new rulemakings. The administration, I think, will begin those, and we will support them in completing them. But if we got to have an act of Congress, you know what the politics are like in the United States Senate. It's harder to do.
Pretty tight right now.
Yeah.